Today, I'm going to talk about definiteness of purpose. Now, definiteness of purpose, for those of you who've read the positive success through a positive mental attitude book, you will understand that it is stated there as one of the 17 success principles. And for me, definiteness of purpose is the starting point of every achievement. So, just to go through quickly what the 17 principles of success are. So, first, you've got a positive mental attitude, definiteness of purpose, going the extra mile, accurate thinking, self-discipline, the mastermind, applied faith, a pleasing personality, personal initiative, enthusiasm, controlled attention, teamwork, learning from defeat, creative vision, budgeting time and money, maintaining sound physical and mental health, and using cosmic habit force. Now, over time, we'll get to go through each one of these principles, but today I just wanted to concentrate on this definite of purpose because, as I said before, definite of purpose for me is the starting point of every achievement. Now, to illustrate this, I'm going to talk to you about the story of Robert Christopher. So this is actually, Robert Christopher had understood the, Jules Verne's story of around the world in 80 days. So Robert Christopher had read two books at that particular time. So one was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and The Magic of Believing. So he was a very good photographer in his days, and was just a 26-year-old young man who was looking, having read these books, The Magic of Believing and Think and Grow Rich. He wanted to set himself up for something that he could achieve himself. So he put up this, quite a bold, objective in the theme of around the world in 80 days. Not that he would travel around the world in 80 days, but that he would travel around the world on $80. So obviously, that in itself, certainly in the modern age, is quite a difficult feat to achieve. So he went on his task by listing a list of the problems that he would face in order to achieve that specific purpose, which was definite for him that he'd set out to achieve. And on the other side, he made a list of the workable solutions that he could put in place in order for him to achieve that. So, for example, some of the solutions that he looked at was, he would collect soil samples as he travels around the world for a pharmaceutical company that would actually help him in his quest to go around the world. He collected some maps. He got youth hostel memberships around the world. And he got a letter from the New York Police Department to demonstrate that he didn't have any criminal record. And with one of the freight airlines as well, he took photographs for them, which they could use for their marketing campaign. So with that, they were able actually to take him, fly him out on the freight airlines from New York to London. So, but he was very definite in his objective that he wanted to travel around the world on $80. And some of the experiences that he faced on the way. So he got to have breakfast at one of the top restaurants in the world, and he managed to do that by actually photographing the cooks in the kitchen. And because his photographs were so nice, they provided him with breakfast for free. And one of the tasks that he did as well, he purchased in Europe 100 packs of cigarettes for $4, which he bought because at that time, you could use packets or cartons of cigarettes as currency in certain countries, especially like in the Middle Eastern countries when you travel. So on his travel from to Vienna from Paris, for example, he used one packet of cigarette which he gave to the conductor, and that enabled him to travel from Paris to Vienna on one packet of cigarette to the conductor, and from Vienna to the Switzerland, along the Swiss Alps, he used 4 packets of cigarettes, to the conductor. And on the way to Damascus, he photographed one of the policemen, and the policeman ordered one of the buses to actually take him all the way up to Baghdad in Iraq. There, he was lucky enough to meet some of the members of the Iraqi transportation company, and from them they were able to organize for him to be taken from Iraq, from Baghdad to Tehran. And from Japan to Francisco, he traveled as one of the crew members on the SS The Flying Spray, which is one of the American military carriers. And then he gotten back to the US on that as one of the crew members. So it took him 84 days to travel around the world, so he missed the around the world in 80 days by 4 days, but he managed to travel around the world on $80, just as he had set himself out to do. So in this example, we see that Rob managed to use a lot of the success principles on his quest. You could definitely say that he had a positive mental attitude which took him and carried him along the way, going the extra mile. So he really pushed himself to achieve what was practically, or would seem as an impossible feat, or as an impossible task. Self-discipline to actually keep to his objective and his task, that he wasn't going to spend any more than $80. Applied faith. He believed he would achieve his feat. A pleasing personality, obviously, because that is what carried him on to the people and the cooks that he managed to photograph, and the policeman that he managed to photograph, and they enabled to take him or help him on his quest. Enthusiasm. He definitely had plenty of that, and he would demonstrate that on his travels. Controlled attention, creative vision, budgeting time and money was some of the principles that he managed to deploy on his quest. So I put this out to you. Let me finish the chat. What are some of the lessons that we are learning from the story of Robert Christopher? Because a lot of people out there, we sort of drift aimlessly around there without any clear-cut or specific goal. As we do that, it's very difficult to actually get on the right path, because you don't know, where you want to go. So how would you know what path to take? So one of the lessons: don't drift aimlessly in life without a clear-cut goal or clear-cut purpose, because when you do that, then there's nothing. Time passes by, and you don't get anywhere because you have no specific goal. When you know what you want, there is a tendency to get on the right track, because subconsciously the mind is programmed to sort of almost automatically work out some solutions to enable you to achieve that. So there's almost a process of auto-suggestion to the subconscious to get it to work towards helping you achieve the goals that you've set out to do, rather than just wandering aimlessly. And your work now becomes fun because you are motivated to go and hit that target. So there's that sense of motivation because you have a purpose, you know where you are going. So you get motivated. And the more you think of your plan, the more enthusiastic you become, and that in itself turns your desire into a burning desire, And when you have burning desire, we all know that that is a big driving force for you to achieve whatever it is that you need to achieve. And all the problems or the struggle that you face, they are fun to tackle, and they almost don't seem like struggles. And you can even turn them into advantages because you carry yourself with that positive mental attitude to take you through. So you also become alert to opportunities that help you to achieve your goals because you know exactly what you want. So you know, if something stumbles comes by, so if you're for example, you want to go to a supermarket and someone is driving and going there, you would stumble on that opportunity of getting transport to get there because you have a specific purpose that you would like to achieve. So when opportunities are floating around, you literally will tune in into those opportunities and grab them when they come. So uh, put this to you guys. Let's get the definiteness of purpose because that is a clear starting point for every achievement for and everything that we are looking to do. So I hope that is quite of some use to actually get us fired up, motivated, enthusiastic to a specific goal that we are looking to achieve in life. And that will be a good starting point to set yourself up for something that you really would like to do. So I hope you go out there, experience, learn, and grow, and have that specific definiteness of purpose to carry you through. Until next time, cheerio.